Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia NEWSLINE and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 13th of January. India summons Bangladesh Deputy High Commissioner amid frosty ties. Malala Yousafzai says Taliban doesn't see women as human beings. And millions take holy dip on first day of Mahakumbh Mela in India. And now for all the details. Amid frosty ties, India on Monday summoned Deputy High Commissioner of Bangladesh to India, Nurul Islam. This summon came a day after the Indian High Commissioner to Dhaka, Pranay Verma, was summoned by the Bangladesh Foreign Ministry. Bangladesh has raised deep concern over the recent fencing along the Indo-Bangladesh border, and its Foreign Ministry summoned the Indian High Commissioner to express objections. Referring to the recent killing of a Bangladesh citizen at Sunamganj by India's Border Security Force, the Bangladesh Foreign Secretary also expressed disappointment over the incident. Tensions between the two countries has risen after the ouster of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. India has raised concern over frequent attacks on minorities in Bangladesh since the interim government led by Muhammad Yunus took control. Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, while speaking on the disengagement efforts along the India-China border on Monday, said that the situation along the LAC is sensitive but stable. The Army Chief said that patrolling and grazing in traditional areas has started in Depsang and Demchok in eastern Ladakh as per routine. General Dwivedi said they are currently focused on boosting border infrastructure and capability development. Meanwhile, speaking on Jammu and Kashmir, the Army Chief said the situation in the Union Territory is currently under control, but infiltration attempts from across the border are continuing. He further highlighted that in the last year, 60% of the terrorists who were eliminated in the valley were from Pakistan. Kashmir remains a central point of contention in ties between India and Pakistan, affecting regional stability. Nobel Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai urged Muslim leaders on Sunday to back efforts to make gender apartheid a crime under international law and called on them to speak out against Afghanistan's Taliban over its treatment of women and girls. Speaking during a summit, Yousafzai said Muslim voices must lead the way against the policies of the Taliban, who have barred teenage girls from school and women from universities. She further said Taliban does not see women as human beings. Yousafzai survived being shot in the head when she was 15 in Pakistan by a gunman after campaigning against the Pakistani Taliban's move to deny girls an education. The summit was hosted by Pakistan, which has had frosty relations with the Afghan Taliban in recent months over accusations that militants are using Afghan soil to launch attacks on Pakistan, a charge that Taliban denies. No foreign government has formally recognized the Taliban since it took over Afghanistan in 2021, and diplomats have said steps towards recognition require a change of course on women's rights.
Under their system of gender apartheid, the Taliban are punishing women and girls who dare to break their obscure laws by beating them up, detaining them, and harming them. Simply put, the Taliban do not see women as human beings. They cloak their crimes in cultural and religious justification.
Moving on, the poor condition of roads, absence of proper education facilities, and rising unemployment have continued to make life miserable for people in POJK. Locals say despite their repeated pleas, their voices remain unheard. A report.
Locals in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir have claimed crumbling infrastructure in the illegally occupied region has continued to afflict their lives. They say poor roads and essential infrastructure, lack of educational facilities, and no job opportunities have fueled a sense of deprivation among the youth who are forced to migrate, but the government is hardly bothered about their concerns.
आज़ाद कश्मीर के अंदर पिछले 3 साल से बिल्कुल तामीराती काम ठप हैं। सड़कें पीडब्ल्यूडी के अंदर पैसे नहीं हैं, जो बिल्डिंग हाईवे की रोड है वो यहीं पे पड़ी हुई हैं, ठेकेदारों के करोड़ों के बिल पड़े हुए हैं, पेंडिंग पड़े हुए हैं। न किसी मिनिस्टर को कोई सरोकार है, न किसी सेक्रेटरी को सरोकार है। हम ये समझते हैं कि मौजूदा वज़ीर-ए-आज़म आज़ाद कश्मीर को जो है वो एजुकेशन के हवाले से जो है वो बेरोज़गारी के हवाले से इक़दाम करना चाहिए। लोग पढ़े लिखे और बच्चे यहाँ से अपनी ज़मीनें जायदादें फ़रोख्त करके बाहर के मुल्कों में जा रहे हैं, डॉक्टर जा रहे हैं, इंजीनियर जा रहे हैं। ये लम्हा फिक्रिया है।
People of POJK have been waiting for years now for a better administration that could work for their development. However, corruption and ignorance in the system have become a major challenge for the growth of the region, leaving its future in dark.
Moving on, the Sri Lankan Navy has arrested 8 Indian fishermen for alleged poaching in the island nation's territorial waters and seized 2 fishing trawlers. The Navy, in a statement, said the arrest took place this past weekend during a special operation in the sea area north of Mannar. They were to be handed over to the Assistant Directorate of Fisheries, Kilinochchi, for onward legal proceedings, the Navy said. With this arrest, so far 18 Indian fishermen have been arrested this year. Fishermen from both countries are arrested frequently for inadvertently trespassing into each other's waters. In 2024, the island nation's Navy arrested 529 Indian fishermen for allegedly poaching in Sri Lankan waters. And India's Prayagraj city is witnessing a sea of devotion as millions are gathering for the Mahakumbh Mela, the world's largest religious gathering, to offer prayers and take a holy dip in sacred rivers. Take a look.
Millions of devotees from across the world flocked India's Prayagraj city on Monday to offer prayers and bathe in the holy rivers on the first day of the world's largest religious gathering, the Grand Mahakumbh Mela. Devotees were seen offering prayers with earthen lamps in their hands and taking holy dips at the Triveni Sangam, the point of confluence of holy rivers Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati. Hindus believe taking a dip in the sacred rivers absolves people of sins, and during the Kumbh Mela, it also brings salvation from the cycle of life and death. In a message on X, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, "The Mahakumbh is a sacred confluence of faith, devotion and culture. It embodies India's timeless spiritual heritage and celebrates faith and harmony."
मैं बहुत सौभाग्यशाली हूँ कि मुझे गंगा जी में आने का सौभाग्य मिला। प्रभु की बड़ी कृपा है, गंगा भैया की, माँ गंगा, यमुना, सरस्वती की, जिन्होंने मुझे यहाँ पे बुलाया स्नान करने के लिए। ये पावन अवसर मुझे मिला। मैं दुआ करती हूँ हमारे पूरे हिंदुस्तान की रक्षा हो। प्रभु कृपा करना, कृपा करना।
The Kumbh festival has its roots in a Hindu tradition that says Lord Vishnu rested a golden pitcher containing the nectar of immortality from demons. In a 12-day celestial fight for possession, 4 drops fell to earth in the cities of Prayagraj, Haridwar, Ujjain and Nashik, which host the festival in rotation.
India is just great. I mean, we came to Kumbh Mela first time in life, and this is a big Kumbh Mela, so we're very excited. It's like, you know, you see the real India, and the true power of India is their people. And look around, it's thousands of people, and the vibe I cannot even transfer. I'm shaking because of the vibe of people of holy place, of all the people who deep into holy Mama Ganga river.
More than 400 million people are expected in Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh state over the course of 6 weeks to take a holy dip. The festival is a big test for authorities each time to showcase India's ability to organize and manage the movement of millions of people and retain the sacred event's sanctity.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.